I'd like to share with you how to set up for and machine with fourth axis indexing using Surfcam's powerful construction views. To get started with fourth axis indexing, you need to be sure that you're set up correctly. So let's take a quick look at that. We'll go over here and we go up to our layers. Let's momentarily hide our part and look at the indexer. And here you can see that the origin is set up for the center of rotation of the indexer. Well, let's look at our part. Let's go up to layers and let's swap the visibility there and say OK. Let's rotate that around. Let's do a quick fit to show you more clearly. And here you can see our origin and that it matches the origin on our indexer. Well, for just a moment, let's set this surface aside. We zoom in and you can see this icon here that indicates the rotation is around the x-axis. How do you change that? You change it by going up to NC, fourth axis, set axis. And here you can see that we have our axis set up for rotation around the x, and you can change it for your machine. We'll go say OK. Now let's bring that surface back there. And cancel out of that and say fit. Let's go ahead and let's bring our indexer back, shall we? I'm going to scoop around that, say visible, and say OK. Great. Now let's go back to our view there so we can see it very clearly. Now you're probably familiar with machining in the top view. Now that would be setting our coordinates to view and setting to C view number 1. Well, let's go up to our operations manager and let's show you a toolpath. And you say you're probably familiar with that. Well, what happens if you'd like to machine on the front? Well, let's go to our view and let's zoom in here. How would we do that? Well, the first thing you need to be sure of is that your coordinates are set to view. This is a toggle. It goes between coordinate world and coordinate view. The next thing we need to do is be sure that we have it in our front view, or construction view number 2. So we'll go here, we click on construction view, touch our front, click C view, and say OK. So we're set up for construction view number 2 with coordinates set to view. Alright, let's make some toolpath. Go up to the operations manager. I'm going to pick this area right here. And let's do a regen and reselect. I've already selected my end mill here, so let's say OK. I've made a note to myself that it's the front, which is an A-90 on this machine. Say OK. I'm going to go ahead and choose automatic. And I'm going to touch my profiles, say that I'm done, and the toolpath is created for me. Okay. Now let's do a fit here. Let's go up to our back plot and let's show you how that toolpath is done for us. Great. Let's hide that. Now let's say we want to machine the back part of our part. Let's turn that around. And I've got a view to help us with that. We'd like to machine these pockets here out of the back. How do we do that? We'll use the same method. Be sure that our coordinate is set to view. This time for construction view, we're going to choose the back view and say OK. So our C view is in 3, coordinates set to view. I'm going to go up to the operations manager and I'm going to do a regen and reselect because I've already got a tool set up, and I've made a note to myself about the A rotations. We'll say OK. I'm going to zoom in. Once again, I'm going to choose automatic again. Click my profiles, say that I'm done, and let Surfcam produce a very nice path for me. I've used the same procedure for the bottom and also for drilling. I'll go ahead and show those paths to you. Alright. Very good. Let's take a look at that, and perhaps you'd like to see that verified with all the toolpaths. Let's do that together. So I'm going to go over here to my project, and I've set up my stock. I'm using the STL, and for the fixture I've made my indexer an STL. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's set that through verify and see what that looks like. So here it is in verify. Slow our speed down just a bit and hit the button. There you can see the milling going on, and there comes the drilling. So take advantage of fourth axis indexing and the power that Surfcam provides you with.